Imagine a massive Edwardian estate where a highly trained butler is effortlessly managing the daily lives of an earl and his family. The service is flawless. The earl never has to ask for his morning tea. It simply arrives. The entire household runs without the family's conscious input. When a digital product matures, it functions exactly like this invisible household staff. Whether it's a smartphone operating system, an enterprise team messaging app, or a digital calendar, it stops being a tool you actively decide to use. It fades into the background and becomes invisible infrastructure as your habits solidify. This shows exactly why traditional usability testing and customer surveys fail to measure the true value of these ingrained habits. If asked how they rely on software, users trace a straight line of idealized behavior. Reality is a tangled, distracted loop. To bypass that illusion, researchers run a deprivation study, intentionally taking the product away to observe the resulting ecosystem failure. You can't measure the value of the air someone breathes by asking them to fill out a survey. You have to shut off the airflow. To discover what dependencies actually exist, you must break the habit entirely. Let's return to the estate. The deprivation period begins by sending the butler away for 2 full weeks, leaving the family to their own devices. The immediate behavioral fallout is the digital phantom limb. Users will instinctively reach into their pockets or fire off keyboard shortcuts for an application that is no longer there. Out of pure reflex, the earl reaches out and rings the silver bell on his desk for morning tea. He sits in confused silence when the invisible system fails to respond. These phantom impulses provide a perfect map of the user's mental model. They also expose cognitive de-skilling. The reflex shows exactly how deeply the user has outsourced a daily task to the software and how much their own independent capability has atrophied in the process. With the official tool gone, users have to survive. They begin stringing together chaotic, alternative solutions to accomplish their goals. These are duct tape workarounds. Without established protocol, the daughter tries to organize a massive gala using a frantic combination of handwritten notes and messengers running through the halls. Analyzing these messy workarounds breaks a product down into its raw components. You see that a complex enterprise database functions as a daily task prioritizer, an asynchronous communication channel, and a tool for managing anxiety. A user's total failure to adapt without the tool proves a genuine dependency on your product. But if their improvised, duct-taped physical notepad is actually faster and less frustrating than navigating your official software, you have proven that your interface is vastly over-engineered. Right around the middle of the deprivation period, researchers uncover a completely different set of behavioral data, the ghost features. The second daughter sits down to read the morning newspaper. She notices it hasn't been meticulously ironed flat by the staff and realizes she genuinely does not care. When you dedicate massive engineering budgets to developing a complex function, and during a 2-week absence not a single user complains that it's missing, you have successfully diagnosed interface bloat. This leads to the most jarring discovery of the entire study, the relief phenomenon. Taking the product away doesn't cause operational friction. It causes an unexpected, profound decrease in the user's daily anxiety. The earl discovers he actually loves sleeping past 6 in the morning. For a software product, this reaction points directly to a hostile user experience. The notifications, the information density, and the cognitive load have completely overwhelmed the user. When product removal causes immediate relief, the software is typically surviving on corporate mandates or captive workflows, having long ago lost its user-centric value. The deprivation ends and the doors swing open. During this reunion phase, researchers track the very first action the user takes upon logging back in. That first click shows the exact utility they trusted the product to handle. The goal now is to turn these observations into design. You start by paving cowpaths. If users built a manual workaround to survive, you integrate their exact workaround into the UI. Restructure your information architecture. The singular function causing the most pain when missing must be elevated to the absolute center. Next comes ruthless pruning. Reduce cognitive load by deliberately deleting ghost features that generated 0 complaints. These exact subtractions dictate how you introduce the product to the public. You strip away the marketing jargon and rewrite your onboarding flow, to accelerate new users directly to the core utilities your veteran users desperately missed. Executives will push back hard against this strategy. They operate under a severe addition bias, the deeply held assumption that writing code for more features inherently increases a product's market value. The most expensive mistake a development team can make is building something nobody needs. Standard testing will verify if a cluttered interface can be operated. A deprivation study applies the strict discipline of subtraction to prove whether the interface deserves to exist.
Like this video and subscribe to Jacob Nielsen's email updates on UX Tigers to receive his newest insights every week.